Hello guys, welcome back to another live stream. How is everyone doing today? Hi Trading Box, good to see you here. So today I will be doing some weekly analysis in preparation for the week ahead. I will review a little bit what I did last week, the analysis, the predictions I did last week, and what happened during this week. And then I'll take a look for the week ahead. I'll take a look at dollar index, euro dollar. I'll take a look at the indices, S&P and Nasdaq, for example. Is this reverse that we just saw now is going to last? Where may be the good zone to look for maybe possible shorts after this move up? And then I'll take a look a little bit as well on Bitcoin and Ethereum, just to talk about a coincidence there in terms of the correlation between those two pairs and the big drop that occurred last Thursday on the crypto market. So yeah, please ask me any questions. If you want me to take a look at any specific pair, let me know. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so. And welcome aboard. So yeah, usually I always start with the dollar index. That's where I'm going now. So 1 second, let me just check the dollar index. So this is what we have in here. Basically, this was what I was looking at last week when I made the prediction. So basically last week we closed around this area in here, and what I was expecting, actually I think it was something like this: price to first touch this demand and then go down. I was expecting Trading Box. Then I was expecting price to go down on Monday and to eventually break these lows in here. By the way, if by any chance I have some lagging or some buffering, yeah, it's because of my FPSs, so apologize for that. Yes, so I was expecting dollar index to go down. I actually marked a level somewhere around this level that could be a good zone for price to react from. And then after the break of these highs, which is kind of in alignment with this low, price would make kind of a decision. It would either kind of retrace and have a deeper retrace, or it would be just a small reaction, and price then would eventually carry on to the upside. There was beautiful piece of price action within this level on the lower time frame during the sessions. We have a break, retest of this high, price goes down. Even this origin here is respected in here. So there are beautiful piece of price action for trades on the lower time frame in this within here. But price eventually decided to go down and create a new low during yesterday's session. So yeah, let me just take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, it just came in a little bit. Yeah, something that I also had mentioned, it was, yeah, after I have seen this break of this low, I was indeed expecting price to eventually build until maybe somewhere in here, at least this level, maybe eventually to even get to this zone in here. However, as I mentioned before, price could have done this and then pivot. At this point, that hasn't happened yet. We actually have this trend line in here. I use it just to see if price is still respecting or not, or this could be a good way as well to participate in the move if whoever uses trend lines. Then on Tuesday, when I did my other live stream, I mentioned that it would be actually nice to see this decision point in here being actually broken. It would be actually nice to see actually price break it, and then yes, maybe do the move up, because I like to see actually price breaking good zones of decision points or demands or supplies if it is the opposite before the reversal. before the deep reversal and the deep retrace. Until then, maybe price goes to this origin and then goes down, because this for me it would give a bit more of an indication that it was actually an engulf down for the future, and not exactly respecting a zone like this. For example, now, yes, now if you actually would have the deep retrace, it would be interesting. But let's see, it's going to be curious to see how price is going to open next Monday, how it's going to react. Price may just going to feel now this price immediately, so kind of opening. It's going to be bank holiday in the US on Monday, so let's see how much volatility we are going to have on Monday, and maybe we're going to have just a continuation, and maybe we're going to feel this zone immediately, and then yes, maybe then we have the move to the upside. And it's going to be important to see as well price going to react around this level. There's this well reacted from there already, kind of took the order already from here. Maybe somewhere in here could be interesting as well, somewhere around this area. Yeah, let's see how price is going to open. For me it was a little bit more clear when we were here last week, because I really wanted to fill this price. This price is almost filled, so yeah, just almost let it fill. Or something that also happens sometimes is when you get so close to an important zone, kind of to fill this price, that's actually when price then eventually is going to retrace, just to create some more liquidity or around this area, if the intention is actually then for price to reverse from here. So maybe if we're going to see some kind of manipulation around these zones before any possible reversal, something that we need to be aware of as well. The break of this highs is also, for me, it's already a good indication that maybe price actually is going to reverse from somewhere in here. And this could be a good target when you actually have that, not just this as a good target. I'm not expecting price to hold the price here anymore. Maybe I'll be looking for this instead. So yeah, in terms of prediction, exactly how a question that sometimes I ask, that I like to ask when I want to see some reversals is, okay, what kind of price action would I like to see price doing before the reversal? What kind of zone? So it may have this one somewhere in here. This one I think is still fresh, so this could be interesting. And of course the last one, we have this kind of PM inside here. So yeah, maybe yeah, open to the downside, or even open, just break these lows and carry on to the downside. And then yeah, then maybe do something like this, go up a little bit down. Maybe this could be the zone. Let's pretend that this is going to be a level where price actually is going to reverse from. Align with this. So yeah, let it be, react from there, retrace, go up, and then yeah, you can just adjust this one, and then yeah, maybe something like this could be happening. Break this high is broken, maybe there's some decision here still, and then we may have it like this. This could be a possibility. Maybe break this high somewhere in here. Yeah, this could be a possibility, or somewhere in here. So something like that. You want to start making some kind of predictions to see how price is going to eventually to move. Look for some accumulation of lows aligned with the zone, and expect those lows to be broken. Let price get to the last zone of interest, and then we have the reverse. Now, is this going to happen like that? We'll see. I really want to see how price is going to open next Monday. I want to see price going all the way until here, as I mentioned. The breaking of this trend line could be interesting as well, because I think as a manipulation aspect of it as well, it's going to be important to see this trend line being broken, because people are going to start being maybe bullish, and then maybe after we see that this trend line being broken, that could be still a good opportunity for price to go back out another low, makes everyone confused, and then yes, and then you can have the final turn to the upside. So break this trend line. It gives a bullish signal for the people that trades with trend lines. Create a new low, take some losses from these guys, and you are free to go. So this could be another scenario to look for. Now, in the case that this is not exactly where price wants to stop, for example, this in the future could be another good zone. We have all this accumulation of lows. Maybe this is actually where price, maybe this is just, it's not exactly the last zone, and maybe this is what you are playing at right now. I want first to see this wall being broken, but then of course I will extend for this, and I will not even want for that to be respected, and maybe I'll open all the way through this price to see feeling. But yeah, for example, the accumulation of all these lows, this is a great zone to look for price to attract to in the future. But let's see, maybe you are going to have just a deeper trace after actually the break of this zone. This is going to kind of give the indication that price wants to go lower. So we may have the deeper trace in there. This one is still fresh as well. We have this beginning of the compression, and in here this looks like a good level of support resistance somewhere in here. And we have this demand that's still fresh. So the break of this could be a really nice zone for price to reverse as well, a zone to have an eye on in the future. So yeah, and then maybe price goes up, maybe retest again. Now this previous low, and it's free to go, and maybe this is when we're going to have the deeper trace. This could be an option as well. Taking all this, you can even maybe expand this trend line all the way down to see where exactly it's going to fit. Yeah, just break it and retest it. Yeah, something like this could happen. We'll see. We'll see how the index is going to behave. Somewhere in here, when we have actually again the break of the high, this one now it looks nice for price to react from. And then of course all this triple low, just expect it to be faked out. We may have this reference here. It is perfect. This one, maybe. Yeah, this demand zone in here. Yeah, this could be a possibility as well. Yeah, if you have any takes on where you'll be looking for, or what are you looking for, buys or sells, just let me know in the comments as well, and we can have this conversation about those levels. Yeah. So I'll be looking for those levels in order to for possible reversals. Now, if you take a look at euro dollar and what can that happen, so if you still have a little bit more room to the downside until we get to this level, what does that mean for euro? 1 second. So what does it mean for euro dollar? Let's open up euro. So what did we had on euro dollar? So euro dollar last week was somewhere in here. This is where we opened last week. Oh, 1 second. Okay. Let's check on 4-hour time frame. Okay, so this is what we had last week on euro dollar. It did saw this level in here. It was a good zone of this previous support resistance that I mentioned a few times. You may have even this one in here. It was basically almost taken from here. So at this level, I saw that one. You may have this low in here as well. This may be looking a little bit compressed. So maybe price actually wants to just take out all of it. Again, it's going to be interesting to see if euro dollar actually is going to... I'm really curious to see how price is going to open next next Monday, just to see if price actually is going to hold these highs. It's going to hold maybe something like this, or if it's going to actually maybe fill all this price. For me, this hasn't been filled yet on the overtime frame. So price broke this high. When after seeing this high being broken, my scenario could be a deep retrace. That maybe what would have happened on dollar index. But the opposite, it didn't happen. Prices carry on in the same direction. Basically, retest this previous high in here. First reaction it was in here, and then we have this second reaction in there. For me, it actually broke a little bit the low, so that's something to be aware of. That this low actually broke a little bit this previous low that was created in here, even though it's basically still in alignment with this previous level of resistance. But yeah, then we had now this strong approach. So initially price still reacted from this zone in there. There was a fresh zone in there. That's exactly where this high reacted from. And then eventually, yes, price went there and it reacted from this price quite nicely. That's where it reacted yesterday. The approach was really nice. So you can see kind of compression build up, strong move up, take stop losses from these guys, take stop losses from even from this one as well, react from there and turn. And that's what we had in here. We had even the possibility of rejoining afterwards the move, the orders that were left behind on this left shoulder in here. That's what we had on Eurodollar. Basically yesterday, during yesterday's session, we did open up. We do have now this demand zone in here, so price never came down here, so keep an eye in the future somewhere in there. Kind of have all these levels, all these highs in here, that may be a good zone to look for when price eventually comes all the way here. Just see how price reacts in there, pay attention to it, and let's see how price is going to react around this level. Maybe for a continuation to the move to the upside. We will see. We are going to see that. Could be something like this. What I would like to see is price still maybe respecting a little bit this one. Goes down, some kind of compression, and then yes, and then turn. Go something like this. Social weakness. Maybe a strong move to shake everyone. React from there. This level. And then yeah, and then you are free to go. Leave a decision point in there, free to go there, and there you go. Go up, make these left shoulders again, and you are free to go. So basically, to be a reaction from this zone, this zone, this zone, react a little bit in here, touch it, go down, kind of touch it in there, and then it works in here. And this could be a great zone to look for the longs and price to, let's see until where. Let's see if it just respects this previous high that was in there, or even if it breaks and goes higher. So this could be a possible zone to look for longs in the future. Somewhere underneath here, maybe. Yeah. So we haven't actually had the proper deep retrace yet from all these moves, neither on dollar index, neither on euro, neither on pound, for example. From the move up, it's just mid retraces, not exactly anything deep. By deep, I mean kind of breaking proper lows. For example, imagine that price now wanted to retrace from here. Deep would be like break of this low, even maybe break of this low, and come all the way down until this origin somewhere in here. This is what I'm considered by deep retrace. Until now, we only had these smaller traces, basically until the next level of support resistance, and carry on to the upside. Retest until the next level of support and resistance, and carry on to the upside. The same, a little bit deeper, but not that much, considering that this is the origin, and so on and so forth. So those are the two distinctions that I have in terms of deep retraces. Usually I see those deep retraces happening after the first major break of a structure. In this case, this didn't happen. So let's see. Let's see now. So this could be one good scenario to look for the longs. Now, is it going to be from here? This one actually didn't really touch the supply, to be honest. It just touched this lines a little bit underneath it. There's maybe a little bit of a room there to really still touch it in there. But let's see. Let's see how price is going to move. If dollar index actually is going to fill that space to the downside, you're going to most likely see dollar, euro dollar going a little bit higher. Where to? We may have this zone in here. Is this week important? I think this I had already kind of taken the orders from here, so basically this one I could consider this one as full compression, even from here as well. Yeah, I do like this zone. After this, I don't really like anything from here. May have this support resistance. I think it has been touched in here already, so I don't know how strong this level is anymore. And I could actually see price going all the way up, and we do have this zone in here. So this could be a good zone for the future. If we do break out this, it may be a little bit similar to actually what we had on dollar index. For example, on dollar index.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
Come on, Siri. No way. Yeah, on dollar index, what I mentioned was maybe if price actually breaks out this level, actually goes a little bit deeper. That's maybe it's going to be the same scenario that I just showed now on euro dollar, of euro dollar going all the way through, and maybe reacting now from the zone that I was just showing. Yeah, that could be maybe a good scenario, which would be kind of breaking out these highs in here, and we do have this price in here. So let's see if euro actually fills out this price. I wouldn't be surprised if in between, somewhere in here, maybe even break after the break of this high, we could have a deeper trace. I really want to see a deeper trace in here. I really like this zone, by the way. I really like it. Keep an alert in there. Actually, I already had a few. This high never went there. This high just respected. I think it even took the high. 1 second. No, it didn't. It just faked out this one. It never went there. I think, yeah, I already have these alerts since a long time ago, because I was already looking with this level and price never really got there. I'm looking forward to it. I really think that's a really good zone to look for an entry. Of course, pay attention to the approach. Aside from that, start getting too far away from the low. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I would like to see a deeper trace even before that to happen. But yeah, price could go up. I'd be surprised if price would do this. Okay, let's pretend that this supply is going to hold price down. Maybe let's fake out just one more time this high. And this is how we open on Monday. And then on Tuesday you have the proper reverse. Let's have some reverse in here. Let me just clean this. Okay, let's have some reverse in here. Break the lows. Let's pretend that price actually wants to go all the way down. And do something like this. Take this order from where we had it before. Because this basically can be an engulf up, and now retest from this demand zone. Right in there, and now we can go higher. But of course, don't forget to collect these orders from this zone. And now we go, test previous support resistance, and you are free to go higher. And this could be Now the continuation to move up until here. Yeah, I want to see first this compression being out of the way. I want to see all this being taken first, and then we play along with it. Now retest of this previous zone goes higher, and we may have this zone in here. Let's break it. This could be something like this. Gives indication that wants to go a little bit down. And let's fake out that zone. Let's react from kind of this level. And we carry on like that. Maybe respect again this previous level of support resistance and then carry on to the upside and eventually just take this high and react from there. Yeah, in terms of looking for shorts, yes, I did like this zone. Price already reacted from there, or maybe there's still another touch to be done in there. And this one is my favorite to look for. But there's maybe something in between these levels. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, guys, feel free to ask any questions. Even if you are not watching this live, ask any questions as well, and I'll be taking a look at it. I can be updating this analysis then on next Tuesday when I'm going to do the next live stream. The main purpose of that live stream is more to check your own setups. So if you do have any charts that you'd like to share with me, please share them, and I'll be looking at them. It doesn't need to be just analysis for the future. It can be trades that you have taken in the past, or some analysis that you are doing from charts in the past. And I'll give you my opinion. I'll give you my feedback. This long term, this can take a few, like this can be a full month of price action in here on this setup. Just take a screenshot of this. Yeah, so what else? Yeah, this could be a good zone for longs. In here, I like this one for shorts. This one may be good, and that's it. Yeah, basically this is what I can see on Eurodollar. I'm curious to see how it's going to open, and not just open, but how the Monday session is going to be played. And then on Tuesday we may have the reversal. Or if price doesn't even manage to break this size now on Monday, maybe we already going to have that retrace to the downside. So I'm really curious about it. If this is the weekly candles, yeah, we may have this zone maybe important, and we may have now the retrace either until here, the support resistance, or even all the way down until maybe here. We'll see. Yeah, so move on. Let's take a look at pound now. What we have in here on the pound. Again, I mentioned that I did like this level in here. This supply, it was fresh. This high, I think I mentioned last time as well. For me, it was already an engulf of this one, so I was not really expecting price to hold price in here. By holding price, I mean holding and creating a new level from here. Of course, there can be some reaction from there, especially the way that we approach price there. That was actually a really nice zone to look for shorts. We initially, as an intraday session, we basically had this fake supply in here, and they have the Rio there in there. Price did react to the base of it. So basically, if we draw just the base from the lows, price did react from there quite nicely. News event, respect to the next month, we never broke it, and we never broke it higher in here. So even more confirmation that maybe price wanted to carry on to the upside. We did then fake out all these highs, this double top, We did reacted then into a more precise zone inside here. It was left fresh from this high, so this high has never touched exactly the zone in there. And we did that, and we had that reaction from this highs in here. So there was maybe some opportunities to sell. Again, manage your expectations. We did have this trend line as well. Price has been respecting it. So yeah, and after that, after accumulating so many highs in here, there you go, strong move up. Take stop losses from these guys and how these next highs in here into this fresh supply zone. Just look for this price in here. This is an important level of support of I think this is an important high here on the left side, the low in this case on the left side, which is quite important, and we just move like that. So find those spaces, find those support resistance zones aligned with important highs or lows. So find those supply demand zones aligned with those support resistance, and you'll see how price reacts from there. Yeah, after that, yes, we did break this one. Not sure if it's an engulf down or not. This was the open session. It's a tricky candle in there. Yeah, I could see this as an engulf down, but I'm not really sure about this. And we did have this price in here. Price went there, news. And actually got short somewhere in here. And that's it. And that's it. Yeah. So this was pound. Again, pound opened week somewhere around here as well, or something like this. Don't really remember where it opened. I was expecting price already to break this high, and that's what happened. I like this zone, and that's what happened as well. As I mentioned before with euro as well, we didn't really have a deep retrace. Even this retracing here for me is not as deep, because basically it just respected the next demand zone on this scale. So we didn't even got closer to the lows. Maybe we're going to see that happening, and maybe this trend line can be a trigger for that. The break of the trend line can be kind of a signal that maybe you are going to have that breakdown, and maybe a continuation to move to the downside for a few days, a couple of days at least, maybe feel this price. Now for me, the compression that we can see in here starts from here. Basically, as soon as we have kind of something like this being broken, one of these walls being broken, we can almost feel out this price until somewhere in there. So yeah, this could be price, break up something, kind of expect price to go all the way till these lows, or even further down until this fresh zone, somewhere in here. And then I actually still like, as I mentioned last week, I still like this level somewhere in here. This never took it. So yeah. But let's see again. We did had that supply zone in there. This zone, this KM. I don't know if it was been touching there. Maybe this level. Is price going to respect anything inside here? Is this a KM zone, but we didn't really react it from a flag. So 1 second. We did fake out this flag in here. Is there orders inside here? We did touch it already on the way down. So yeah. This could be kind of a KM, but not sure about this one. This could be kind of a EM zone to react from there in the future. Not sure about this already. And the next zone could be somewhere in there. Interesting to see. You have how this accumulation of those in here. Not walls, highs, sorry. These highs as well. compression. Break of this is going to be interesting as well. The break of this high is going to be interesting. Yeah, okay, but this is too much on the lower time frame. Actually, the break of this one is going to be interesting. So yeah, let's see. Maybe is price reacting from here? Don't know. Maybe from this level. Maybe better than that. Don't like anything in there. Let's see. Let's see for now if after the price breaks this high. This was actually this is a daily high, so it's usually it's important. Just during the news as well. Move up, move down. So let's see if price is going to do something like this. This could be an option, and this could be the origin of the deep retrace that I was mentioning, all the way until take this fall and react maybe somewhere from here, or even go a little bit further down to here. This could be one of the scenarios. Yeah, maybe do something like this and carry on to the upside. This could definitely be one possible scenario. Again, I'm curious to see how price is going to open on Monday, because I'm really curious to see if we're going to have higher highs or if price actually is going to move down from Monday. We'll see. We'll see if this wall actually is going to maybe do something like this. And that it's holding it. React again. Yeah, let's see. How can price play around with this trend line as well in order to accumulate liquidity? Let's see. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm curious. Again, if I see this broken, as I mentioned, I could see how this been taken. Maybe this value is good. This is another zone that I want to see being taken. Decision point in here, we'll see. Yeah, so this was found. I'm curious to see how it's going to open. Eventually, the break of this could be interesting. The break of this could be interesting. Any break of confirmation, however, they have so much accumulation of lows in here. Price taking those lows could be interesting as well. But yeah, there's a possibility that if price reverses, I think this is the weekly level that I just mentioned before, or the daily level that I just saw now on the higher time frame, when price could actually fill all this space. It may be this zone may be in play. If you break, actually, if you have a proper break to downside, you could see price filling all this space until here. Yep, I could see this. Be careful with this one, but I could see this happening. So let's see. Try to find your spaces. Try to define or to predict which space is in place. What you could see price filling after the break of certain important levels of highs, lows. So yeah. So we move on. Let's move on from here. I will take a look at the indices, something that I wanted to talk about. Just give me a second. Yeah, let's take a look at S&P and Nasdaq as well. The correlation between both of them, I think there's a good lesson here. This is S&P and Nasdaq. As you can see, they've been behaving in a really similar way. There's also this trend line in here that you can draw. Something like this. No. Something like this. So it just basically broke this trend line to the upside in both of them. It just broke it. What actually I want to talk about is a style of price action that you can see around the reversals. Like what happening here, basically the same that happening here as well. Right. So this is a beautiful type of price action that you can see on reversals. And you can use the information when you're looking at correlation and similar pairs that behave in similar ways. We can start gather information from one to the other and vice versa. For example, if we take a look at, let's start with this dollar index. Let's start with the S&P. Right, so price has been going down. Let's catch this low. After the creation of this low, here price goes up, and we do have all these highs in here and they are broken. They are respected for a moment and then they are broken. This for me was already kind of an engulf to the upside, even though price just reacts immediately from this previous level of support resistance in there, and important zone reacts and goes all the way down. What price does afterwards, it's super interesting. So basically price, we had this low first, right? And then we have a double low in here. Price goes higher, and now we have the fake out. So this is a beautiful type of price action, which is we have a low, price goes up, breaks some highs, goes down, respects the low a little bit. It looks like it's holding it, goes up. We have the fake out. After people seeing a double low being broken, they're going to start looking for sales. So expecting price to do something like this as a breakout strategy, of course. But what happens is actually the opposite. Price goes up. We break the highs in here. See, we break these highs. Confirmation. This for me, it will be the final confirmation. This was already confirmation. Price may want to go higher, but this would be the last one and the trigger to just start looking for longs, especially after this fake out in here. After the fake out that we had in here, this would have been the confirmation, and then price goes down, and you have kind of two options now to look for the longs. We can even wait for the retest of these lows. I think what happened in here, for example, on euro dollar and dollar and pound dollar, price never actually, the break of this never came all the way down in here, so it will have this zone fresh for the future. This one in here, and on the other scenario is basically just carry on from here. But in this case, we actually have this zone. Price reacted from here, and the other scenario could be if you want to use the trend line. Yeah, see how price actually bounced in between this trend line, but then you have the break, touch it, and you have the continuation. Next zone, it could be first target could be somewhere even within this high. However, for me, this was already an engulf up, especially after what we see in here. It's beautiful price action, and then I could actually expect even this one. However, this is a triple top, so I actually can see this price, that price will eventually fill, and I'm not expecting price to actually respect this triple top in the future. And that actually one of the zones that we can see and look for possible reverse then to the downside again. It's after the break of this triple top. So something that you could see now is, okay, price, this was all compressed, price just broke it. Maybe some kind of a retrace now up until this previous level of support of resistance. Let's let it price respect it. And this will leave this demand zone behind, which is great. Let me just do it with another color. This will leave this demand in here and kind of aligned with these previous highs. Perfect. Let price go higher now. Let's go higher, break a little bit more of a high. Beautiful. Now we have this price. When can we now go back and fill this price? We can do it even before getting there. Or something that also can happen is price respects this level. Create kind of a double low. Perfect. Break this trend line, respected it. Let's now pretend that these highs are being respected for a while. So people can join the move to the sales. Even break this low beautifully. But now we respect this trend line again. This for me actually could be already kind of an engulf down. Here. Somewhere in here maybe. But we are reacting from this previous level of support resistance. We have this demand as well. So it's okay. Price can go up from here. It's perfect. And now we just go like this. Delete this. So many ads. Many ads in here. And now we finally go higher and higher and higher. React from it and touch it now. Goes down, goes up. And there you go. This one's going to be used for in the future again. So we already take kind of this left shoulder from there, from here. But now we have all this level going to be played somewhere in here. And we have this manipulation already. So this is a good zone to look for sales in the future as well. Break of a low, break of a low. Second low being broken as well. This one triggers liquidity above this high. Here, this is the decision point. Of course, let's pretend that this is actually kind of touch it, right? So this high actually touched this on. And then we have this kind of decision point in there. The price eventually touch it. We have this price touch it, price goes down. And now a good zone to take these flows. It could be first price could just take this one, right? Price could just now react from this level, this previous low in here. Price goes down, takes this up a low. Let's take it just a little bit, and then price can kind of take this low, go up, fill this price and goes down, or you can actually not even do that. Kind of accumulate another high in there, goes down. Let's take this one first. Takes this one, and now yes, real to go up, takes down, and can do this. So this could be the engulf to the downside. This one, price can go up, take all these highs, react from there, and go down. Or if price actually wants to go higher from here, instead of this one now being used as a sell, price can do the opposite, which is use this one, respect for a bit, maybe react just from this level now, goes higher, takes it, react from there and go higher. Instead of being used as a sell, maybe it's going to be used as a long. And in this case, indices, we're going to go way higher. Can you sell one function to catch correction? Yes, we can. We can use those tools, beautiful tools that you have, Trading Box, on your application, on your tool. You can use sell on. We can use even the wait for the retest trigger, and then after the break of this, we are on. We are into the trade. That could be another option. For example, in this case that we are saying the sell on, it will be. Let's just look at this example in here. On the S&P, for example, we have, just choose another color. We have the break of this one. So after the break of this low, we activate the sell on to look for the entry either in here or somewhere in here, wherever. So after the break of a low, it's activated the order to when price then retraces. We are into the trade, and you can actually select this sell-off kind of. For example, if we set up a line in here, and if price, instead of doing this, if it goes actually straight away down, this one will cancel the trades, because then price already reached the target, it fills the space, and we don't want to go short after price had filled the space. So yeah, that's beautiful what you have done in there. The other one could be just a touch. For example, we know that we have this space. However, price could just completely go up. So what you can do is select a line in here, and after price touch this one, you're going to activate a sell stop, and maybe after the break of the previous demand somewhere in here, price touch it, breaks the most recent demand in this in the lower time frame, and we are short straight after that, and now you can catch the move to the downside after price had already kind of collected the liquidity just above it. That could be another scenario. If you haven't noticed yet, this trading box tool, you have it in the description below. Take a look at it. It's a powerful tool to use for to execute trades. It's really great. But yeah, so the S&P 500, this could be a scenario. I do like this zone. I'm not expecting this triple top in here to hold price that much. Eventually, I want to see it being broken, and maybe if after that we do have the continuation to the downside. Let's see now how price is going to react from here. It may just retest this previous high in here and continue. Leaving this demand behind. We still have this one as well. So yeah. But can you see how this liquidity is being created using the previous levels of support, resistance, supply, demand, leave the liquidity behind, take out, create all that manipulation, even play along with these trend lines that people like to use. Yeah, it's just beautiful. And be aware of the zones that you want to see price go all the way there to be taken. Which ones are still fresh? What information are we getting from that? From those holes being broken? Is this an engulf down or not? Or is this kind of a reach of a target, and instead of an engulf down, then price after breaking it wants to go further down? Instead, price actually breaks it and it goes. Actually, it just wants to go higher. It's important to know for that where this high is reacting from, where the low is reacting from. For example, this low is actually reacting from a really good zone on the left side. So yeah, but one difference that I wanted to mention between this S&P and the Nasdaq. So let's just take a look actually where this low reacted from on the left side. It's actually for me a really nice zone, which is inside here. Right, beautiful demands. Zone, it's actually a little bit higher. Price hasn't even touched this one, but it's this one. It's the origin. It's the base of this level. We have this low in here. Another one actually break this high. Previous level support resistance. There's a decision point in here as well. So it's a quite nice zone. However, on the Nasdaq, as you'll see in a bit, price actually just reacted from here. Basically, where this low had reacted from. And this is what you can see in terms of when you have pairs that are kind of correlated almost perfectly, we see that they are reacting from different zones. They are not exactly just reacting from the same zones, even though they are moving down at the same moment, up on the same moment, but they may be reacting from different zones. They may be breaking highs and lows on the different times. And this is the information that you want to pay attention to, and try to find a way, an explanation why, and then how to take advantage of that difference. So for example, now if I go to Nasdaq, basically, so just first of all, let me just show you the zone that I was mentioning, where it's reacting to on the left. So as you can see, the low is reacting from here, and kind of on S&P it's already reacting from within here, kind of, right? Kind of course, then even the move within here on S&P is a little bit different. Maybe this is the important zone of support resistance. Maybe that's why eventually Nasdaq is reacting from there. We have this high in here as well, this low. So yeah, pay attention to that. And another aspect that I wanted to mention is, yeah, so we do have this double low as well. We do have this high maybe breaking a little bit this previous high in here, but this is the big difference, for example, which is on Nasdaq we never broke this high in on the opening. I think this was Monday open. We had this on the S&P and we don't have that on Nasdaq. And then on Nasdaq we actually had and went way closer to these lows, and S&P it was a little bit higher. So this is kind of information that you can kind of play along. Maybe just because you saw the break of this high on S&P, maybe that could give you a clue that maybe that is something already, information that you can gather for the Nasdaq. On Nasdaq actually we don't really have this break of the high, but we do have the break in here, and this could have given you an even better entry than on S&P, for example. After the break, okay, we don't have it here, but price goes down, price is low, we have the change of direction in here, break to the upside, and you could have gone or look for entries in here, which is also aligned with this low, right? Basically would be like that, and that's it. And then again support a little bit and goes up. At the moment S&P is already reacting from these highs or even broke it, and Nasdaq is a little bit underneath that, is now just reacting from this previous level of support. And yeah, so this is the kind of information that you can look at to see which one is leading, which one is lagging. And 1 second. Interest in this. Yeah, this is the kind of information that you can obviously. I'll take a look in a bit. Trading box, Aussie and dollar franc Swiss. Yeah, 1 second. So yeah, this is the kind of information that you want to gather on the correlation pairs. See which one is leading, which one is lagging, see which one is giving you a better zone for entry. For example, me personally, most likely I would have looked for the, I don't really trade indices, but I look at them. This would have been a better setup for me to look for the entry after the break of this, closer to the lows. I would actually prefer to look for this long in here, even though the higher time frame, I would have preferred this price action on S&P or the break of this high. This I would have liked to see this one happening, which didn't happen in here. But then I really like this zone in here on the approach close to the lows. So this actually would have been maybe a better zone for me to enter than exactly on S&P, where it was a little bit far away from the origin, and I prefer to enter closer to the origin, at least on in the first moment. So yeah, like S&P, when you have all that move that I just mentioned now on Nasdaq. Second. That move that I just mentioned, instead of happening here, it happened just in here, already too far away from the lows. Maybe now we are going to be placing your stop loss maybe below this or whatever on the lower time frame. Most likely you can find some zone in there, but I prefer this zone in here. So yeah, this is how you can play around with it. Similarly, this triple top also exists on the same scenario, I think, on the dollar index, on the Nasdaq. You basically have all this structure in here, even the break of this one. And let's see until where price wants to go. We do have this zone. Yeah. Actually, how this size looks nice to fake out as well. Triple top as well. So let's see until where price wants to go. Now let's go back to the MT4. What we have in here. So you mentioned dollar franc Swiss for our scale. Basically, dollar franc Swiss, it hasn't changed that much. Since we actually talked about it maybe 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. We never had again deep retrace, while we had some movements on euro dollar and so on, like to fill a lot of space. Price spent all the week almost just within here, just in these compression moves. Not moving that much. I did mention, let me just read this one. I did mention that I like this zone. Maybe that's a zone where price wants to go to. Align with this previous level of support resistance. Let's see how price behaves when it gets there as well. We are seeing some rejection in here, but what does that really mean? Maybe price could have some reaction in here as well. It doesn't move that much. Yeah, again, just strong move down. There was not a deep retrace. Simple setup in here. But aside from that, price is still holding this high. So until maybe I see this high has been broken. Yeah, nothing much. I have this compression. I could see price coming here. And then in the end, I don't like this zone. Somewhere in here. That's for dollar franc Swiss. So yeah, price can actually fake out this one first. And then continue to the downside. This could be a possibility as well. Because price never really got now to close to this level. We may have this KM that should have hold price. Didn't. We actually have a touch in here. Can you see the touch? Nice. And you may have this zone in here. So something to pay attention to for possible sell. Let's see. Yes, we'll see. Break of this. Break of this. Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar for our scale. Not a big fan of where this reacted from, but it's okay. It has been moving in a downtrend for so long. We did head out these lows. So okay, fake out of that. There's maybe something here on the one time frame. I'm not really sure about it. Let me take a look at the daily. Maybe we may actually have maybe this one, maybe important. Another retest in there. A few retests in here. This, I could have considered that maybe this was already out taken, but price reacted from there, so it's okay. On the 4-hour time frame now, after this move down, we do have all this trend line as well. So price opened somewhere in here. I spent all week saying that I didn't really like this this zone. For me, this move up was already an engulf up this week. This for me is an engulf up for the future, which means that when price gets closer there on the way, when price is already turning like this, I'm not expecting price to actually react from there and create newer lows. There's some reaction to be done there, but eventually it's going to be broken. Eventually that's what happened. Price did respect it quite a few times in here, but it's just out of the way, meets its previous level of support resistance. Really nice zone in there. I think there's a nice demand in there. Nice decision point. change of orders. Yep, price compressed. We have the change decision point, go higher. Price initially respected this demand, accumulated all these lows just underneath this, just above this level, quite nicely, goes higher. This could have been a trigger to go long after the break of this high. Price retraces again, aligned with these lows, somewhere in here. You can maybe go long after this, and there you go. Price then compress a little bit, and the big strong move, finally break out these highs, and now we are reacting from here. I did got short yesterday somewhere from here, as I did predicted exactly this zone yesterday morning. So in here, how did I do that? I can see this important level of this important low again being respected in here as well, being respected in here, being respected quite a few times. Then what I did was even in here, somewhere in here, nicely, and then try to see what was going on in there. So this is what was going on in there. So I think this was the Fed, during the Fed conference call meeting. We basically have all this move, price goes down. It should have gone down from here to here, but it didn't. It actually broke a low, but went up. So there you go, we have a manipulation being played in here. I went into the lower time frame, and basically this is what you can see in here. We can see price bouncing in between this level. So this is the line that I draw on the left side, that support resistance zone. Price is bouncing in between this level, another decision, another demand, price breaks it, another decision, and in the end we do have all these candles, which is basically the decision point to either go up or down. In theory it should have gone down because we just broke some lows, so price should have actually done this, but it doesn't. That's the opposite, it reverses, goes higher. So there is a kind of a decision point within this level, and this is where I predicted that price could react from. How strong the reaction would be, it always depends. But yeah, somewhere in here, then we go here to the left side. We saw that this high is never really kind of went there. 1 second. We do have kind of this week in there as well. Yeah, but it was around here. I wanted to see based on the decision point that we had in there and all the previous support and resistance, and eventually price reacted from there. It broke down. This is already a break of a low approach, touch the zone, and then yeah, then try to look for the sell somewhere in here, catch a trade, and price didn't manage to break this low, but we did feel the spice until here. After the break of this, we did feel it, and now price is compressing on the way up, and we see again how it's going to open on Monday. There's a possibility that this is the bigger scale in here. Let's see on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, I still don't think, okay, price can actually reverse from here. There's maybe still room to the upside. Even the break of this size could happen. I'm not sure why do I have this white line in there. Okay, I do have it like this, so this for me is already an engulf up. So let's see, there's maybe still orders in here. But yeah, maybe price wants to go up. Either touch from here, from there. Let's see, nice level in here as well. I could see more move to the upside. We do have now kind of this demand. All this is kind of compressed now. This is the zone low that I want to see as well. Price playing in around this level. Start drawing out these lows, identifying which lows are important or highs on the way down. just to see then which space there is to fill, which zone I want to be broken, what does it mean for me if this low is broken or not, so on and so forth. So yeah. Pre-compression zone, which zone exactly are you looking at, Trading Box? Pips. Maybe this one. Is the zone on the left side? Maybe this pre-compression zone? Does it start here, the compression? Yeah, maybe. Is it this that you're saying? Of course, we do have this zone as well. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen. This is a good compression. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how the Monday session is going to play out. As I mentioned before, when you're getting close to specific zones, the way the market opens on Monday and how it behaves on Monday can be really interesting in order then to prepare for the next week or how to trade and the rest. Just a quick note on the crypto space that I mentioned that I want to talk about. So we had Bitcoin and Ethereum, and just to touch point as well on the correlation aspect of it. I see a little bit of a similar situation that I mentioned on the S&P and Nasdaq. So the big sell-off from this week happening here. So this was Tuesday, like around 9:30 UK time. So, but as you can you see that Ethereum in this point was already retesting this previous level, this previous lows that has been using as a support before, while Bitcoin was, I can change the scale of this. Yeah, while Bitcoin, instead of being around here, it was here when that drop happening. So there was kind of a different space to fill, different momentum, and basically the sell-off happens, Ethereum breaks its lows, so kind of Bitcoin was lagging, and if you kind of combine both informations, maybe you could have just tried to go and look for the short. I actually know a trader that did it. Basically managed to get short somewhere in here when he saw that movement, and he actually held it until actually the break of these lows, which is kind of a really nice trade that he took in there. And yes, this is the kind of information as well. So to see like in between both of them, which one is leading or lagging in terms of breaking important levels of structure. So in this case and this time frame, kind of Ethereum was leading because it broke these lows first. And Bitcoin was still here, so there was more space to fill in terms of what both of them did. However, if you look at the higher time frame, and if you gather that information, for example, basically Ethereum went all the way down and respected these lows, Bitcoin quite far from it. However, as you can see, Bitcoin had already broken all these lows from last summer, last summer. And Ethereum hasn't done that. All right, Ethereum hasn't done that yet. Yeah, like this. So we can see that Ethereum is still bouncing in between these lows. So in this case, is it Bitcoin already leading? Should we expect Ethereum to actually have a proper break of the lows? Are we going to see that happening? And if this happens, maybe Bitcoin is going to just play around still inside this low before the break. for then maybe a proper reversal to the upside. Maybe this is something that's going to happen. So Ethereum still going to have a stronger move down, break of the lows, and then maybe the reversal, while Bitcoin, because it has done already that, the only thing it's going to do is still playing it between this level, and maybe then have a retrace to the upside, maybe just up until here, or can even feel this 36k level, or even getting closer a little bit to 40. No, 40k is already too far away. Yeah, maybe somewhere in here. Again, personally, I'm still not expecting that this is the lower wall. I'm still expecting price to go further down. I think I mentioned that on my previous video as well, how to maybe look for the long in here, what price would need to do in order for us to look for that long, but let's see. In terms of correlation right now, this is actually quite interesting. So Bitcoin has broken these lows, Ethereum hasn't, and then the move from this week, Ethereum actually went all the way down, Bitcoin was still far away from it, and that could have been the trade that you could have taken. Just combining the different time frames, the different momentums of where price was. Yeah, that was the comment that I wanted to make on crypto. Just a touch point on correlation when you look at it, and how to gather information from it. So yeah, so let's see Bitcoin reacting quite nicely from this demand zone. Oh, everything kind of below that, maybe compressed. We have these lows. These have shoulder. Did it took the orders? I think it did, so it's weaker. In here, maybe, I don't know, and maybe something in there. Let's see. To the upside, price is compressing as well. We may have something like this now in here. I've been waiting. Actually, I would have liked to see even in here and even in here. Price never went there. So this one is still fresh. So we'll see. We'll see now what they'll do. Yeah. That's it, guys. Yeah, for this weekend review, I think I covered almost what I wanted. Of course, then I'll still take a look at the other pairs just to look for, set up some alerts. That's the most important part of it. Define the zones that you want to be looking at in the higher time frame, set up your alerts, and then you can play around with it, make some predictions, just as I did in some of the pairs. You don't need to go as deep or as far away, like predicting maybe the move for the next month. You can just go maybe into 1 hour time frame. You can make that prediction for the week ahead. Take screenshots, compare what the analysis that you did with actually what price did in reality, and always think in terms of what you would like to see in order to look for your entry. The idea is to be always one step ahead of the market, one or two. You don't need to make just one prediction, make a couple of them with just small differences. That may help you to be always on, yeah, one step ahead of it. And of course, if you still hadn't take a look at this trading box order management, I would recommend you to do so, because it's an amazing tool. You're going to have so many different ways to execute your trades. This is what you're mentioning for. You have the on, off. So after the break of this, price is going to be activated around this trading box wherever you place it, and so on and so forth. Maybe one day I'll make a video explaining a little bit how to take advantage of all these tools, but it's an amazing tool. Trading box, thank you so much for helping us to facilitate our execution, to optimize it for the people that doesn't really know how to code. It's amazing. We have so many options within here. So yeah, thank you. As I mentioned before, you can check it on the description below. I have it there. Wishing everyone a great weekend. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. Share this video with everyone that thinks it's important, even if you are watching this afterwards. ask questions. I'll take a look at them and I can maybe answer them on my next live stream on Tuesday, and share charts with me if you want me to take a look at them. The main goal is to help you guys create educational content and to have good conversations and discussions about trading and price action analysis. So once more, have a nice weekend. Thank you for watching, guys. See you next time. Obrigado.